Straddle lifts. For this exercise, go ahead and grab your foam blocks. If you don't have any, grab dumbbells or just something you can stack up. We're going to be raising our legs and going over them. Now, obviously, the higher that you make these blocks, the harder it's going to be. So start with something that's relatively easy for you to get your legs over, and then we'll eventually progress up from there. The other thing to note is that you want to try to have your back up against the wall. Now, you don't need to do this, but it will aid you in not leaning back. That's going to be a tendency for a lot of you, is to lean back to make this easier. We don't want that. We want to make sure our back is nice and tight up against the wall. So Sarah's going to demonstrate here for us. So her first movement is she has her hands in front. Now you'll see as we modify this to make this harder, the farther that you lean forward and hinge at the hips, the back still stays straight, it's not rounded, the harder that this exercise is going to be. The farther back your hands are and the more straight up, it's going to be a little bit easier. So Sarah's going to go ahead and demonstrate. She lifts her legs up and over and up and over. Now, key with this is her legs are not bent. She's squeezing her quads and she's nice and flexible in order to get that over. So she's just lifting back and forth. Her toes are nice and pointed. That's a gymnast background right there. Her toes are nice and straight, but we want your toes to be straight too. And she's going to lift back and forth. Now you notice when she does this, she's not leaning forward or leaning backward. So if she does it up from against the wall and turns here to the side, I know this is a little bit, it's going to be a lot easier to lift there. A part of this movement is also maintaining flexibility. So the more flexible you are, or the easier this becomes, stack the blocks a little bit higher. For more tips, check out the written description.